Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Sometimes it's randomly delicious. Hey, how about New Home, Jamie?
Let's go.
I mean, they're going to face Iola. It's a winner-take-all state championship game, 9 o'clock Thursday at Dell Diamond in Round Rock.
Awesome.
Okay. So they get a win over the weekend. They beat Tom Bean. What a weird name for a school. But I guess for Mr. Bean, it's probably quite an honor.
I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, if they named a school. Do you think they'd ever name a school after you and any of your travels, any of your places?
I assume so.
Like
multiple, probably.
Multiple classroom.
It'd be silly not to.
It's a Lent School of Knowledge is really what it would be.
Yeah.
They beat the Tomcats 18-6. Took them only 5 innings. Okay, so now they try to win a state championship. All right. Let's see here. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that, or the mobile app. Do you care who wins today between Tennessee and Texas?
Do I care? I'll probably be rooting for Tennessee.
Tennessee? Okay. All right. Let's see. I would assume the decision to play Kennedy so much as to keep the Cody Campbell of softball happy. If you do not play the pitcher they paid for, they will not pay for another pitcher next year when you need them, regardless of how poor she pitched. God, I hope that's not the case.
I guess the question I would ask that, didn't they pay for the new pitcher too?
Yeah, right. Sure.
Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, I mean, they've...
Right. I mean, you have to play more than one, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I mean, the money from the donors is helping you to get all the players, not just nicer candidates.
Right. That's right.
Am I understanding this differently than everybody else?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm confused why that wasn't the immediate comment.
Yeah.
Response to that text.
Yeah. They've multiple players are involved in that. It's not just one. So 6:35 this morning here on the Morning Drive. What you may have discussed this on Friday. I don't know when this news exactly came out. What did you make of all the Big 12 coaches signing off on 2014 playoff? Did that surprise you?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Does it surprise you?
No, I guess I'm glad that they made a statement. You know, I'm glad that they're all in. I mean, why wouldn't the Big 12? To me, why wouldn't the Big 12, the ACC want 24 teams? Right?
Exactly.
You know, and really the same thing goes with the Big 10. You know, why wouldn't they want 24 teams to make it? And you know, it's the SEC that seems to be. Well, it's not seems to be. The SEC is holding up the deal on this because they're trying to figure out how they can have their cake and eat it too with regard to their conference championship game. Because conference championship game goes away, then so does a bunch of money. But they must feel like they can't make that up.
Mm-hmm.
They must feel like that they would be at risk of not being able to get the additional teams in that they would need to get their $500 million or whatever the number is. So whether that's short-sighted or not, or they're just protecting their own business, which I certainly get that, you know, trying to protect your own business, protect your business model, because nobody wants to go backwards. And then the other thought too is you know, these other contracts are going to come to an end sooner than the SEC one, and so they're kind of in a position where they may have been a little. Well, they took the money and they thought they were getting all they could. Now that it looks like there's even more money out there for the TV guys, and the SEC doesn't really have any extra games to sell at this point unless they add continue to add more games, to their conference schedule. So I don't know. It's a bit of a conundrum, but I'm glad the Big 12 coaches are all on the same page on that. So that's a good thing. The other thing that the Big 12 is all on the same page of is becoming the first conference to sign participation agreements with College Sports Commission with regard to name, image, and likeness payments. Brett Yormark saying on Friday the Big 12 wants rules and enforcements, and we want to be a leader in that area. I think signing the participation agreement certainly is indicative of that. This agreement requires schools to waive their right to file lawsuits against the enforcement agency and gives it latitude to sanction programs for violating rules that outline how players can be paid. This is after the settlement last year with the House case.
So tell me what all that means. Put it in layman's term. What did they sign for?
Well, they signed so that there would be a salary cap. They signed so that there would be third-party, likeness deals through its platform. They basically signed to follow the rules that are already there, and I think also to not file a lawsuit against them.
Okay.
So, I think they're trying to get everybody to still be all on the same page so that everybody's following all the same rules exactly, and so there's no gray area with regard to payment or side deals or things like that. Yeah. Well, and then there would be penalties for violating that.
Okay.
So hopefully,
side deals. Okay.
I mean, there could be. I mean, there's probably some gray area with everybody, every school.
Well, there always has been.
Yeah, and there probably always will be, but at least there could be some, and all the schools had been asked to sign this last year, but they haven't done it. But all 64 Power 4 schools have to sign this. Now, what's the likelihood of that happening?
Yeah, that's a great question.
What's the likelihood of somebody doing that? So the SEC's got to sign off on this, and I mean they can't even agree to get to 24 teams or 16 teams or 12 teams with regard to a playoff. So why would they sign to follow the rules?
Doesn't seem like that's really many teams are interested in that right now.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't seem.
I'm just glad to hear there are rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting change of events.
Yeah, right.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for this day in sports history. We have flipped the calendar. It's the first Monday in June, and it's the first day of June. Here's Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
That's right. We'll be looking for those flowers now after all the rain we got last night.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good rain. Great rain.
That was a lot of rain.
Yeah.
1918, Chicago White Sox are losing 5-4 against the New York Yankees. They load the bases in the ninth with no outs. Chick Gillard lines to Frank Baker, who turns a rare game-winning triple play.
Sweet. That's the way to do it right there.
This isn't Tinker's to Evers to Chance, is it?
The Chicago White Sox. Yeah. Tinker's Evers a chance for the Chicago Cubs.
Okay.
1925.
You have to be so dismissive.
I'm just, it was also the Yankees turning the triple play and not either the Chicago teams.
Yeah, that's true.
1925. Future New York Yankee Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig pinch hits for shortstop Pee Wee Winnigy in a 5-3 loss to Washington. Why is this important?
It's the first of what, 21-30?
First of 21-30 consecutive games played.
So there was a different guy named Pee Wee?
Yeah. I thought there was it the next day he was in for the...
Wally Pipp?
Wally Pipp?
Wally Pipp is the next day.
Okay.
He was pinch hit. He pinch hit today. He started tomorrow.
Oh.
My comment was in reference to the fact that there was a Pee Wee Reese. There was a different Major League player nicknamed Pee Wee.
Yes.
It's crazy.
1975. California Angel pitcher use all the words in the right order. Nolan Ryan records his record-equaling 4th Major League Baseball career no-hitter in beating the Baltimore Orioles 1-0.
You know, that's crazy that he did the 4th in 1975, and then like 5, 6, and 7 were way down the line from that.
1982, Oakland A's left fielder Ricky Henderson steals 2 bases in a 3-2 win over the Boston Red Sox to become the fastest player to reach 30, nope, 40, nope, 50 stolen bases in a Major League Baseball season. It is June 1st, and that man had 50 stolen bases.
They like to run in those days. Remember the other day they had the 2 steals at home in the first inning in 1980.
Again, just saying, 50 on June 1st. And in 2007, former Red Raider Josh Bard, batting 5th, goes 4 for 5 with 2 RBI and a run scored in a 4-3 Padres loss to the Nationals. It is World Milk Day.
Okay.
It is also National Hazelnut Cake Day.
I'm a big fan of a cold glass of milk.
He's a big fan of a hot glass of milk if you put some chocolate in it.
True.
Before we get to any other birthdays, we need to pause a moment and wish a huge birthday to one of our favorites. Brian Klein turns 28 today.
Nice.
Tom Holland is 30, Heidi Klum, 53, Morgan Freeman, 89, Alanis Morissette, 52, Carlos Zambrano, 45, and the guy who could probably still score against the Dallas Cowboys defense, Santana Moss, is 47. Santana Moss had a lot of touchdowns against the Cowboys. A lot. And on this day, 1974, the stop choking technique invented by Cincinnati surgeon Henry J. Heimlich is published in the Medical Journal of Emergency Medicine. The Heimlich maneuver, which involves thrusting inward and upward on the abdomen of a choking victim, becomes the go-to method for saving lives.
How about that?
And that is this day in sports history.
I mean, you would think that he would be, I mean, we all know what the Heimlich is. Not very many, I didn't know that it was named after a doctor, yet we all know who Dr. Frank Jobe is with the arm surgery.
I'm pretty sure I knew he was a doctor.
I don't think I could have assumed it was the man who invented it. Well, how else would you have come up with Heimlich?
Well, I didn't know that it was.
I didn't know he was from Cincinnati or a surgeon, but I would have guessed he was a doctor.
Okay.
I would assume he was the one who came up with the method.
Okay.
Yeah.
With regard to Nolan Ryan, he got his 5th no-hitter in 1981, September the 26th, and then didn't get his 6th no-hitter until he was with the Rangers in let's see, like 1990, and then got his 7th in 91. So, you know, you get 4 in 75, and it takes you pitch another 16 years to get 5, 6, and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Advil, man, it's a wonder drug.
Boy, no question about it. No question about it. All right, thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. There's several of you that asked some questions. We'll get to the Sorsby question from me here in just a little bit. Bullfighter says this: how about Newhome? Am I listening to the right show? Yes, you are. Tom Bean apparently is a town, not a man. Okay, sorry about that. That's on me.
Well, I imagine there is a Tom Bean somewhere as a man.
Yeah.
I would imagine that's a name.
Yeah.
And he may live in town.
Yeah. Let's see. The ESPN Zapruder footage, and from panel's reaction, I don't think anything was said in the actual handshake line. I think it was said by the female assistant coach as they were going back to the dugout. That's when she reacted to something. Regardless, you should read some of the fans' responses from Tennessee fans wishing bodily harm and name-calling is satanic. Yeah, I also think you've got to learn to kind of turn and look the other way, too. I mean, you can't just react to every single little thing. I mean, you're playing in the College World Series. But that's just me.
The sport is full of emotion, all sports.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you play a sport where after you strike somebody out, you jump up and down and scream towards home plate and all that, and that's completely fine and normal and acceptable, and that nobody's complaining about any of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be that bothered by someone saying you made the wrong choice. You just can't.
Yeah.
Of all the things that can bother you,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to bother you?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I'm sure that Taylor Pannell has heard worse on the base paths or playing third base or whatever. That we just can't make a big deal out of that. I mean, we're the school that's F Baker and F Trey, and we can't make a big deal out of that.
Yeah.
We just cannot.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, there was. That's just. I'm sorry. That's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
And the fact that she challenged 2 plays that Taylor Pannell was involved in, I'm sorry, also not a big deal. You know, whether she was safe. I thought she was out at home also. You know, I mean, that was a great challenge or whatever, but the fact that then Weekly challenged whether she left early, smart thing to do. They could decide the game.
Right.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
And then a couple innings later that she challenged that she left early on a stolen base or whatever. It's just not that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like we're looking for the drama. I don't get it. We got to be better than that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Time for our winning name here for the opportunity for you to win $10,000 from Double T 97.3 and the Home Zone, making your house a home.
Make it a good one, Chuck. Make it a good one. Give us a good one.
You wish this guy had another year. Okay, so the winning name here this morning on June the 1st at 7:16 is Morton. That's somewhat appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Or ironic or a coincidence. Yeah. Morton, Morton, is your winning name today. All you have to do is go to doubletsportsnetwork.com, enter that in. You can enter once per day. The more days you enter, the more chances you'll have to win $10,000. We're not asking you to spend any money. You just all you have to do is go in and enter your name. And then if you win, then you can go spend your money however you want to. As Double T 97.3 and the Home Zone come together again, we've already given away over $80,000 together. We'll give this $10,000 to one person at King Louis Sports Lounge on June the 26th, making a difference one winner at a time. And you could be next with the Home Zone, making your house a home, and Double T 97.3. Somebody says this, boy, Cincy sure got off the hook. Why are we staying tied to this? Cut bait, make Texas Tech look bad. Yeah, you still don't know necessarily what they knew when they knew. Feels like that they knew more than what they are letting on that they knew. But the May 29th court documents, this is information compiled by the Lubbock AJ in addition to what was in the court. Sorsby wagered at least $90,000 over the past 4 years at each of his stops at Indiana during the 22 and 23 season, Cincinnati 24 and 25, and at Texas Tech this spring. He describes himself as a compulsive gambler since he was 18 years old.
Sad.
It is sad.
Yeah.
It is sad.
We hope for... I mean, the young man is obviously very talented and still has a chance to have a great career and a great life playing in the NFL. So hopefully he can get a hold on this. And ultimately, as sad as this all is, if he loses a year of eligibility and it gets him back on the right path and he gets the help that he needs and it leads him to getting right, and then he's able to go have that good NFL career, maybe the best thing that could ever have happened to him.
Well, in addition,
because you wouldn't have wanted him to get caught doing this in the NFL and then his career be over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And his way for making money to be over.
Yeah. He made at least 40 impermissible wagers on Indiana football team or teammates during the first 2 months of the 2022 season. And then the other thing that we talked about was the transferring of money to, friends or family or et cetera. And he acknowledged using a cell phone to wager via online platforms, including Hard Rock Bet, FanDuel, Underdog, and Prize Picks, on accounts registered to him or family members or friends whose names were redacted in the filing. It also talked about, amounts. I mean, the amounts were more than just the dollar bets that folks had talked about, for the pitches in, Cincinnati Reds games. Transferring more than $60,000 to an unnamed individual to deposit in a FanDuel account registered to an individual who, again, his name was redacted. Placed 165 impermissible bets, counting parlays, about 500 permissible wagers, which is odd that you could have that many permissible wagers. But man, it just goes on and on and on and on up until the time that he was finally caught and finally confronted. That he finally put himself in a position, was like, okay, if I finally have crashed and burned here, and he got to the point where he absolutely had to come clean. They showed 14 exhibits, one of which is 46 pages of material showing the lengths to which Texas Tech goes in warning its athletes to refrain from gambling. They received presentations, reminders, education about abstaining from gambling 7 times between January 12th and April 21st of this year. Good for Texas Tech to do that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And then there's a sports betting acknowledgement form in which an athlete attests to the following. I understand per NCAA rules I may not participate in sports wagering or provide information to individuals involved with sports with or associated with any type of sports wagering activities. This includes all sports sponsored by NCAA, amateur, college, professional. I understand that Texas Tech athletics, blah, 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 blah. This is where, it's just the end of the line where he says, I understand I'm responsible for the NCAA sports wagering rules, and I'm on the list of prohibited bettors. I understand that a violation of NCAA sports betting rules or Texas Tech policy may result in discipline up to loss of scholarship and permanent ineligibility. He signed the form on January the 13th. It is hard to defend that. You can't. Mm-hmm. You can't defend that. And so, to me, I'm not for banning him altogether, but I'm for sitting him down for a year. And if that says to him, well, I'm going to go apply for the supplemental draft, and if a team wants to take a chance on him, then that's up to them. But I don't think this judge is going to rule in his favor today.
Yeah, I don't think so either. If you were going to do the sit out for a year thing, I would think at that point you would also say the money paid to you for this season has to be paid back.
Yeah.
And that you don't get any money during that time.
Yeah. But that money may not be there. He may not have it. So it may be against whatever he makes in the NFL moving forward.
Yeah. So that's all part of the reason I think that he wouldn't agree to sit.
Yeah, I don't.
But maybe they wouldn't put that ruling in place. Maybe it would just be you have to sit and you don't get paid anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's no paying back.
Yeah. This Texas Tech takes student wellness and mental health seriously. This doesn't make Tech look bad at all. Quite the opposite. Yeah, I think they've done what they can do. They got whether they knew or not, and what they knew and when they knew. The bottom line is they've tried to help him as best they can and be publicly supportive of him as best they could. So. It's sad. It's really, really sad because he's obviously a very young man, and his life is changing, and he's paying for some pretty heavy consequences. So hopefully he can get the help that he needs. So I was wrong about giving him a second chance immediately and saying it was 4 games, that would be enough. Chuck, the rules are the same as they were a week ago. What changed about young people deserving a second chance? That's a fair question. To me, it was just the volume of the betting and the fact that you signed something on January the 12th where you acknowledged everything, and the number of bets that were made on your own team. I can't overcome that. And again, I'm not for banning him for life. I'm saying he should sit a year. So that's more than the 4 games that I said. So,
I mean, the other thing that you could really point to over this weekend that is the final straw is the using family members and friends to bet so that you can get away with it.
Yeah. And
it's not the crime. It's the cover-up.
Yeah.
He knew it was wrong, which is why he wasn't placing the bets.
Yeah. That's a great point, Jeff.
Now, I was also on the bandwagon before of he should set out a year, if not longer. But that didn't necessarily change my mind on that aspect.
Yeah. And the amount of money, too. I mean, you could say, well, the amount of money doesn't really matter.
I don't care if he transferred $5 to his best friend to make a bet.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the overall amounts, and the volume of the amounts, and all those things. It's just too much. It's just too much. So it'll be interesting to see how the judge rules today. I think I would be really surprised if he ruled in his favor.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah, I think I would. At this point, I would be really surprised if he ruled in his favor.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, gentlemen, let me give you a couple of stats from last year from Baron Morton. He threw for 2,780 yards and 22 touchdowns. Now that we believe Will Hammond will most likely take the majority of your snaps in 2026, where do you think those numbers will end up for Hammond? Again, 2,780 on yards, 22 touchdowns. And let's throw the interceptions in there as well. 6 interceptions.
I was going to say, I thought I had 7 in my mind, but 6, okay.
You were counting Rodriguez's.
Okay.
I hate it when I do that.
Yeah. So 2,780, 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Where do you think... And you can give me a number, or you can say just a little bit below or a little bit above or whatever. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, given the fact that he's probably not going to play until week 3, so he's going to miss a couple of games.
I mean, there are reports now that he'd be ready for week 1, some of them out there. I don't know how true they are.
Yeah. Well, I saw one last night that was not going to be the case, but okay.
I lean towards thinking what you're just saying there, Chuck.
Okay, 9 games or whatever. I think he's going to be below 2,000, and I think he's going to have around. It's going to be less than 2,000, and I think 15 touchdowns or less passes.
Okay.
I think there's going to be. I think the likelihood of him running for 5 or 6 touchdowns is pretty high, but I also think your running touchdowns from your other guys is going to be significantly higher than last year.
He ran for 5 scores last year.
Will did. Yeah. So he could get up to 8 to 10. Jeff?
He wasn't your starter last year for the majority of the season.
Will Hammond?
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And because of that, I think these numbers are going up. I don't expect him to be ready until week 4 at the earliest. And even then, that's kind of a pipe dream in my head. 33?
Oh, wow.
30? Probably 10 in the interception range. Because, this team's going to the Big 12 championship game. And this team's going to be playing in a college football playoff after winning the Big 12 championship game. So why wouldn't these numbers go up if he's your full-time starter?
Well, we're not comparing his numbers
to
himself. We're comparing his numbers to the starter last year.
I think it's going to be better. I don't know what's in my coffee this morning. I'm in a positive mood. Don't know why. We're going to be better.
Okay.
I have spoken.
Okay. I think I'm in the middle of you guys. I don't think he'll get to the near 2,800 yards just because of the fact that he, number one, is I don't think he's going to play in each and every one of the games. Guess what? Neither did Baron Morton. Okay. I also think that you're going to lean on the running game a little bit more than you did last year. So I think when it's all told, you'll as a team will have you will run more. You will have a higher percentage of plays that you're running this year compared to what you had last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll put him a little bit lower, not extremely lower, but like maybe 2,200, 2,100 yards passing. The touchdowns, I don't think he'll get to 22. I think he'll be, 18-ish, something like that. But I don't think the numbers will be significantly different. I think you have a really good team around him, and I think we saw at times last year that he's got the skill set to be really, really good through the air. I don't know that I think that they will use him as much as this mega running threat, just because now as your starter, you've got to protect him a little bit more. You don't want him taking as many hits. So I don't know that you'll have that many more running opportunities. I just don't think you'll use him that way as much. So I think the number's around 2,200, and I'll take 18 touchdowns. He threw 3 picks last year. Barron threw 6 picks. I would think he'll be closer to 10.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
One of us is going to look really silly at the end of the football season. Because one of it.
Well, it's the 3
of
of us. Chances are, we'll look really silly for a lot of different things.
Oh, sure.
Jeff, not just this. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The odds are in our favor. We're going to say a lot of things between now and then.
Yeah, I feel a little silly already this morning. 7:37 this morning here on the morning drive. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Somebody says, remember Morton missed playing time last year too. Yeah, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that. Okay, I believe Micah Hudson will be our leading receiver, and he will get to 1,000 yards. That from Red Raider Charlie. Okay, you buy into some of that?
I would not put. I think he'll come up short of 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from the I would bet or I would put money on.
Trying to stay away from those things.
Trying to stay away from those things.
got you.
I would guess his numbers are a little bit lower than 1,000 yards.
You all need to slow down on the Hammond talk and prepare for the possibility that Sorsby plays. Despite your opinions, this thing's not over yet. It's interesting because probably for the better part of a month, I've been on the second chance wagon, and I got railed for that. And I do it upon further review and say I made a mistake on that. And now it's like, we get called hardliners, and now we're need a slower roll. And
here's the thing: from the beginning, Chuck, I didn't think we knew everything. I don't think we know everything now.
Yeah.
But I just think I all along have felt like more would come out.
And that's what did it for me, is all that came out over the last few days, and especially the giving of money to family and friends, and the volume of money, and then the flat out lying of signing a contract that you didn't do something when you did it, and you had an opportunity to come clean then and didn't.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Morning with Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, and Chuck Heinz. We'll have Red Raider softball on the air for you tonight at 5:30. First pitch at 6. Man, you might want to get a nap because I don't know how quick the game's going to go, but like last night, there was a lot of drama and a lot of for a game that goes by pretty fast. That was a long game. I mean, I realized it went 2 extra innings, but even still, if it had just gone 7, it felt like that was longer than kind of what we've seen.
All right, two games in a row, and it was like edge of your seat for 4 innings, 2 games in a row, or
right.
4 or 5 innings. So it was. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. I've watched some of the other games, not all of them. I definitely watched way more college baseball this weekend than softball, but these games have been thrilling. The sport is obviously here at Texas Tech. The sport has become more into the spotlight, and we've all started paying attention a lot more. I grew up with a dad who absolutely loved softball, and so I've watched more softball than maybe most, but I'm thoroughly enjoying what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
When they're this talented, I'll be honest with you, during the regular season when Tech was run ruling teams over and over and over again, not that entertaining. Okay? This is entertaining.
Yeah.
This is great. This is great drama on the field, off the field. I could do without the drama. Just everybody just do us all a favor and stay off of Twitter. That'd be great. But on the field, the action is fantastic. The skill level is high level. These girls can really, really play, and it's fun to watch.
Again, we'll have it for you at 5:30 today, and first pitch is at 6 o'clock. At least it's scheduled. Mark asked this question, Jamie. We've talked about this just a little bit. Did the coach panic with all the pitching swapping, trying to do too much?
I don't know if panic is the right word. You'd have to ask Jerry Glasgow and his daughter, the pitching coach, if that was the plan all along. I'm not really sure. Again, every coach doesn't make the right decision every time, and sometimes they make the right decision and the player just doesn't execute. Okay? Just doesn't execute. I mean, as I look at it, Nyjah was out there as the starting pitcher, and I'm not saying she was horrible, but she was not dominant. Caitlin was dominant, all right? And then she gives up a home run, right? That was the only run that she had given up.
Right.
She gives up a home run that was holy cow blasted. I don't think I've ever seen a player smiling so quickly. She wasn't out of the batter's box, and she had this massive smile on her face. That was actually kind of comical. But that ball was murdered, right? So she gives up a hard hit ball. She gives up a home run. It happens, right? So fully well knowing that you've got a girl coming up in the lineup who had already homered off of Nyjah earlier in the game, I would have stuck with Caitlin there. I mean, she was rolling through that lineup.
Yeah.
But again, you're not going to make the right decision every time. You're not going to. And maybe he's playing the odds like, man, she's not going to homer off her twice. But it happens. In the hit that, helped to make it a tie game that got a girl on base was a bloop. It wasn't like that was crushed off of Nyjah or whatever. So I don't know. I would have stuck with Caitlin there, and hindsight being 2020, I bet Coach Glasgow would have stuck with Caitlin there too.
Yeah. Somebody asked this question about Samantha Lincoln. Do you think we see her at all today at some point, pitching wise?
I wouldn't guess so.
You wouldn't guess so? Okay. I just wanted to, just kind of.
I mean, if you were blowing out Alabama in game 1,
maybe,
and you were like, okay, so we want to keep Caitlin and Nyjah ready for game 2, and it's 10-0 in the third. Well, you just got to get through 2 innings, right?
Yeah.
And get the run rule. I just think every out is so incredibly important, and every inning is so important. You're going to live and die with your big dogs, right?
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, I just wondered about maybe seeing somebody different and all that kind of stuff. But
well, Alabama hasn't seen either one of them. You haven't played Alabama yet.
Yeah, but if you had to play them in the second game, let's see. Somebody says this. Wow. After watching Alabama several times this year, they are by far the best of the 4 teams left. If Tech can get by them, they have a real shot of taking it all. Okay.
Yeah.
The sprinklers coming on in the 8th inning. Somebody comments on that. That was pretty wild, wasn't it? Have you seen that? Have you seen that in your baseball travels? Yeah, I figured you probably had.
Well, I don't know that in a game that I was calling, but I've seen it in like major league games before.
Just all of a sudden the sprinklers come on.
Yeah.
Somebody sets the timer wrong.
Sometimes you just need a rain out.
That's right. Yeah. We've had several runners thrown out yesterday with questionable decisions. Could have had more opportunities to score and keep the game from going to extras. That from Mark in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Yeah, you're right. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, the one in the top of the 7th was confusing, and then even the one in the last inning, just was really confusing.
Yeah. This Woolery was smiling on every pitch from Kennedy and hit 2 bombs off her. So glad that KT came back on and got Tech out of the inning. And then in the 9th, Nigeri came back and closed the game. This team is special. Yeah, it's special. I mean, you get to this level. And yeah, it's special. Key will be, can Texas Tech score early in the first game and get to their pitcher? Well, the key is you just got to score one more run to them, and see if you can, get to game 2. Just kind of survive the first game.
What will the key be? To score one more run than them again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just checking.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Hey, I guess UCLA didn't have another pitcher. I guess
Clearly
not.
They didn't.
Yeah.
If you heard in the broadcast last night, they had 3 of them.
Yeah.
Last year, and 1 left for Georgia, and 1 was pitching against them last night.
Yeah.
Caitlin Terry.
The softball still has the mercy rule in the playoffs, but baseball doesn't. Change from regular season seems strange.
You know what? I hadn't even really thought about that.
Is that correct?
Is that correct?
Is there not a run rule the Aggies were down early last night. They came back. They made it a close game. I don't know if it ever got to where it was, run rule potential in the 7th.
I would have guessed there was one in baseball, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, you guys, Jeff, what do you think today?
I think it should be fun. You should watch.
Okay. Or listen.
Yeah. Or both.
Yeah.
And he also agrees with your keys.
Keys my keys to the game. Yeah. I think I should text Fink that so he knows that.
Sure.
Key to the game. Yeah.
He's listening
he doesn't need my help with anything.
He's listening.
If Tech is going to advance, it's going to come down to pitching today. You have to have your 2 studs be your 2 studs today, which is completely opposite of what I said on Friday.
Mm-hmm. This first-class problems or first-world problems, really, dissecting the problems in a World Series win. Yeah, well, that's fair.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, the fellows made predictions on Friday. Upon further review, we'll review those next here this morning on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3. We'll take your prediction for today as well, as Tech and Alabama play tonight at 6. You hope there's a game 2. Tennessee and Texas play the early games, and we'll have coverage for you on 100.7 The Score. Texas Tech and Alabama tonight on 92.3 The Hub.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.